कलेश, क्लीशेस और कटाक्ष।
आज हमारे साथ जुड़ी हैं प्रिया बैनर्जी, एन इंडो कनेडियन एक्ट्रेस जिन्होंने कनाडा में थिएटर करते करते बॉलीवुड में भी अपने पैर जमा लिए हैं।
आज हमने उनकी जर्नी के बारे में बात की है, कैसे कनाडा से उनका बॉलीवुड हुआ, बॉलीवुड और टॉलीवुड की डिफरेंसेस, ये सारी बातें हमने की हैं। आई एम होपफुल कि आपको ये बातें अच्छी लगेंगी। तो इसी नोट के साथ शुरू करते हैं आज के कटाक्ष।
हाय प्रिया एंड
Hi.
वेलकम टू कटाक्ष।
Thank you for having me.
So I hope the day was great for you. And how's life at this point?
Well, at this point, it's really hot in Bombay, so I'm kind of just dealing with that.
Okay.
I wish it rains a little more, but other than that, life is great, work is great.
Okay. I want to know first of all a little bit about you from you.
Okay.
Like, obviously you're an Indo-Canadian actress.
Yes.
So how did things happen? How did you move from Canada to India? Then Tollywood happened, then Bollywood happened. I want to know about the journey.
It's actually a very interesting journey. I never, मतलब मैं कभी बचपन में ऐसा नहीं था कि मुझे एक्ट्रेस बनना है, you know, I want to become an actress or मुझे बॉम्बे जाना है, इंडिया जाना है, and all of that was not a part of my plan at all. But मुझे हमेशा ना लोगों को entertain करने में बड़ा मजा आता था. Like I used to, since I was a little kid, घर पे लोग आते थे ना, मैं डांसिंग शुरू हो जाती थी, मैं गाने लगती थी और सबको चुपचाप बैठ के मेरा गाना और डांस देखो. You know, when I was little.
The dramatic child.
The dramatic child. And I used to literally yell at people and guests जिनको मैं पहले कभी नहीं मिली हूँ लाइफ में, उन पे चिल्ला के नहीं, अभी बात नहीं कर सकते, आपको बैठ के मेरा डांस देखना पड़ेगा पहले, then you'll get dinner. So I was always that child, you know, who loved dancing around, singing. So growing up, also I'm a Bengali, so I think
Okay.
वो थोड़ा हमारे कल्चर में है ऑलरेडी कि अगर तुम गाना, तो हमें गाना सीखना पड़ेगा, डांसिंग सीख, इवन इट्स नॉट आस्क्ड, आवर पेरेंट्स नेवर आस्क अस कि तुम्हें क्लासेस ज्वाइन करने हैं कि नहीं. इफ यू आर बोर्न इन अ बंगाली फैमिली, हाँ, इफ यू आर बोर्न इन अ बंगाली फैमिली, यू डोंट हैव एन ऑप्शन. You have to learn Kathak, you have to learn Robindra Sangeet, which is like the Rabindranath Tagore's, you know, that kind. So music and dance was always a part of my life. But I think as I grew up, मुझे ऐसा लगने लगा कि मुझे लोगों को entertain करने में बड़ा मजा आता है. Like I really like the reaction I get from people, you know, that really satisfies me as a person. Then I started doing Academy. I started doing a Bollywood show. I was hosting a Bollywood show actually at the age of 15, 16. And like I was in high school and part time में वो भी कर रही थी, जहाँ मुझे Bollywood gossip जो होता है ना, वहाँ पे जो, जहाँ पे जैसे Bollywood shows नहीं होते चैनल में, तो वैसे ही वहाँ पे भी है. Like 1 or 2 shows that, you know, tells you the Bollywood gossip क्या हो रहा है बॉम्बे में types.
Is it because of इतनी ज्यादा इंडियन ऑडियंस कनाडा में होना?
हाँ, कनाडा में बहुत इंडियन पंजाबीज तो बहुत है वहाँ पे, भर के पंजाबीज हैं. So it's Canada is like mini Punjab, right? Pretty much.
Punjab is like mini Punjab.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Punjab is the mini Punjab. Canada is the bigger Punjab. I'm serious. I remember leaving Calgary 8-9 years ago. फिर उसके 1-2 साल बाद मैं वापस गई घर. And I remember walking into Calgary and it said, "Welcome to Calgary" in English, French, and Punjabi. And that was never there before. I came to India and I was like, ये क्या हो गया 1-2 साल में? ये पंजाब कैसे बन गया? But it's a massive Punjabi influence in Canada as well. So I was hosting this Bollywood show, talking about giving the Bollywood gossip to the Canadian audience.
Okay.
तो मुझे वो सब, you know, the life and everything was really intriguing to me. I was always very keen on knowing more. But I never pursued it. मैंने ऐसा नहीं कि, and I didn't have anybody in the industry. मेरा कोई connect नहीं है, मम्मी, पापा, uncle, चाचा, कोई भी नहीं है industry में. So I was like, it's not going to happen anyways. So I did Miss World Canada actually.
Okay.
So I won Miss World Canada photogenic with 2011 or 12, one of those years. And that kind of gave me the confidence, you know, that I can be in front of that, because it's Miss World. So it's a huge platform. So जब मैं वहाँ खड़ी थी and I had to perform, I had to sing and I had to be in front of so many people. It was happening in Vancouver. That's when I realized I really like this. Like I can actually, and I was very, मुझे nervousness नहीं आई उतनी, and I was, you know,
enjoying
on stage.
the attention.
I was enjoying the attention. So I was like, this is interesting, because the other girl, जो बाकी की लड़कियाँ थी, उनकी फट रही थी. They were like so nervous. And I was also, but the moment I was on the stage and in front of the people and everybody was staring at me, I just forgot everything. And I realized, okay, I really do like this. So then, I don't know how, रैंडमली एक मेरी दोस्त थी वहाँ पे, अभी भी है, वो मुझे बोल रही कि मैं इंडिया जाऊंगी, मुझे एक्ट्रेस बनना है, उसको एक्ट्रेस बनना था।
ओके
तो मैंने कहा अरे ऐसे कैसे तू इंडिया चली जाएगी, किसी को नहीं जानती है बॉम्बे में, मतलब शी लाइक आई विल स्टे इन अ होटल, मैं अपना स्ट्रगल करूंगी, मैं एक्ट्रेस बनना है मुझे। उसको हिंदी भी नहीं आती थी ठीक से, सो शी वाज वेरी लाइक फ्लुएंट कैनेडियन विद एक्सेंट एंड एवरीथिंग। लाइक तू जाके वहाँ पे एक्टिंग करेगी, लाइक चलो सपने होते चला, यू कम विद मी। सो आई वाज लाइक हाउ, आई डोंट नो एनीबॉडी इन कैनेडा, आई मीन इन बॉम्बे, मैं क्या करूंगी। शी लाइक ट्राई, नो वी टेक अ ब्रेक हियर, करते हैं कुछ
okay so
वहाँ
your
पे।
whole family is settled in Canada already.
Everybody's in Canada.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I have a little bit of family in Calcutta, but Bombay में कोई भी नहीं है.
Okay.
So then I remember, I convinced my parents कि मुझे जाके actor prepares में acting सीखनी है. The girl basically convinced me उसको जाना था, और वो मेरे को साथ लेके जा रही थी.
दोस्त का कंधा.
हाँ, so वो कर रही थी, like हम दोनों आंटी अंकल प्लीज प्रिया को भी भेजो साथ में जाते, इट्स नाइस कोर्स, एक्टर प्रिपेयर्स है, 2-3 महीने का कोर्स है, डिप्लोमा कोर्स है, करते हैं, मजा आएगा. So my parents were like, you're staying Bombay अकेले अकेले ऐसे कैसे? I was like, चलो उस एज में होता है ना थोड़ा like no let's do it, maybe one time opportunity. फिर मैं वापस आके because I had I graduated with marketing, so I have a marketing degree. So my dad was like, इतनी 4 साल पढ़ाई करके डिग्री विग्री लेके बॉम्बे क्या करने जाना है? I was like, मुझे नहीं आना था, मेरे दोस्त को जाना है, तो मैं भी साथ में चल रही हूँ. It'll be a nice break before you get into a full time job. So like ठीक है. फिर literally आने के 1 हफ्ते पहले she ditched me. She said मैं बॉम्बे नहीं आ रही हूँ, मेरे पेरेंट्स नहीं मान रहे. और मैं वहाँ पे बैठ के बोल रही हूँ, मतलब मुझे तो जाना भी नहीं था, मैं क्या करूँ? And she's like, Priya, I'm sorry, don't go, we'll cancel. I'm like, my parents came down, spoke to Anupam Kher कि मेरी बेटी आ रही है, because you know we never lived here. So उनका अपना concern था, तो you know they were like, नहीं मेरी बेटी आ रही है, take care of her. So I was like, my parents also went to Bombay, मुझे तो जाना ही पड़ेगा. I can't ditch. My parents paid for the course and everything. I said, okay, I'm going. You don't come, I'm going. So next thing you know, मैं अकेले आ गई यहाँ Bombay.
Okay.
Actor prepares me, and that was probably a life-changing decision. Thanks to her, I still thank her. मैं शायद अगर वो नहीं होती, प्रभुगत नाम था उसका, है, मैं कभी नहीं आती इंडिया. Like I never had the guts to take such a big step, you know. But she pushed me, and then she disappeared. Then I ended up here, and yeah, that's it. And then I just fell in love with the craft, and I got my first film, Kiss, Keep It Simple, Stupid,
Yes.
Telugu film. I auditioned for that even मजाक में, मतलब seriously मैंने लिया ही नहीं initially ना, first 3-4 months मैंने कुछ भी seriously नहीं लिया, and I was also very young, तो मेरे लिए it was like a break.
You were having fun.
I was having fun. Then there was an audition happening, and मेरे class में सब audition दे रहे थे, and there was like 200-300 girls auditioning for it, and they said you audition. I was like, मैं कैसे, मुझे तो एक तो हिंदी नहीं आती ठीक से, ऊपर से तेलुगु, I've never heard of Telugu in my life. I was like, मैं कैसे कर लूँगी? And then the casting guy was like, ठीक है, चलो तुम ऐसे वैसे भी इसको पार्ट तो मिलने वाला है नहीं, इसको लैंग्वेज नहीं आता है, you just do it in English हिंदी मिक्स करके. Like ठीक है. तो फिर मैं गई, I gave my audition in Hindi and English mixed, and I finished my graduation, went back to Calgary. Then I was applying for jobs, I had an internship. Then 1 महीने बाद I get a call and an email from the production that you've been locked as a lead for this movie.
As a lead.
As a lead. And I'm sitting there, and lead is in the sense that this story was all about the girl. So I had some 100-page lines to mug up in Telugu. Anyways, मुझे वो सब सोचे, like literally I got a call and I was like, what? I'm pretty sure I didn't give a good audition, but okay. And then I told my parents, and they're like, are you going to do it? I'm like, नहीं शायद नहीं, कौन वापस इंडिया जाएगा, मुझे नहीं जाना है वापस, it's very far and all of that. Then they said, no, we're shooting in San Francisco, and you have a Canadian passport, so it's okay, it works for us. We'll fly you there directly. So I was like, Dad, Mom, it's San Francisco for 2 months. I'm going to party. I don't care. मैं जा रही हूँ San Francisco, and next thing you know, I'm in San Francisco. And honestly, I think till then, for me, it was all fun and games. The first day and the first shot I gave in front of the camera and the first scene, उसके पहले ही बहुत ड्रामा हुआ. मुझे तेलुगु सिखाने के लिए एक वेटरन एक्टर को लेके आए थे हैदराबाद से, जो बहुत वहाँ पे फेमस है, मुझे तेलुगु सिखाने के लिए. मैं सीख ही नहीं पा रही थी. 2 हफ्ते हो गए थे, मैं रो रही हूँ. मुझे I was like, I quit. I can't do this. I can't, because it was paragraphs of dialogues. And then, you know, something, I was just like, nee, I have to do this. I can't just give up. So I went there, gave my first shot, which was a great shot apparently, according to them. There was one shot. And I remember I was just like, after I finished the shot, when everybody was like, wow, what a shot, I was just like, I love this. Like that feeling of giving a good shot and doing what you're supposed to do. And that feeling was something I'd never felt before in my life. And I was like, this is it. This is my career. Like it's very few people get to do what they love to do. And I'm getting that opportunity. I'm making money because of that, you know, like this is not just a hobby, it's a profession. And that's it. I was like, Mom, Dad, I'm shifting to India. that was literally the hardest thing then. उनको ऐसा लगा कि अरे अभी कैसे बॉम्बे में अकेले कैसे रह लेगी, ये काम करेगी, इंडस्ट्री, वो भी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में. It was quite a lot of convincing. रोना धोना मम्मी का नहीं, और उस वक्त मम्मी का फेवरेट फिल्म था फैशन. And I'm like, यार क्यों तुमने फैशन देखी नहीं? Because वहाँ पे कंगना का जो कैरेक्टर था, she thought somehow I'll become like her. So she like, तुम बिल्कुल ऐसी बन जाओगी.
Not Priyanka, but
not Priyanka. So I'll become like Kangna. And I was like, how disrespectful. You think I'll go to Bombay and go crazy and become Kangna?
Actually, सबकी perspective बाहर से यही है.
हाँ.
Bollywood के बारे में at least.
हाँ.
कि वहाँ जाके सब ऐसे हो जाते हैं.
ऐसे हो जाते हैं. वैसे प्रियंका के साथ भी काफी बुरा हुआ था फिल्म में. तो वो भी उनको लगा कि अरे ऐसे कैसे, and she used to cry, you know, fashion में जो हुआ तेरे साथ वही होने वाला है. I was like, that's very mean of you. You know, at least let me give it a try. हाँ. And then next thing you know, I was here. The film got, मतलब हमने shooting खत्म की, मैं यहाँ पे बॉम्बे आ गई. And then that is it. Since then I've been here and I'm loving it. And
how did Bollywood happen? आप तेलुगु में आपका debut हुआ, फिर how did Bollywood happen?
So interestingly, तेलुगु किस फिल्म में गाना था, किसी किसी करके title track था. Okay. Which was suddenly at that point, why Instagram and all wasn't that big around that time. I think this was, I'm talking about 8 years ago. 2014, yeah, around that.
9 years ago.
8-9 years ago. It released in 2015. So Instagram wasn't a big, ऐसा इतना sharing, ये वो promotion social media पे नहीं होता था. But Sanjay Gupta was scrolling through something and saw my song, वो किसी किसी क्यू कार्ड का. Then I got a call from the casting director कि ये जो director है संजय गुप्ता, ये आपसे मिलना चाहते हैं, उन्होंने आपका ये गाना देखा है, and he's doing a film with Shabana Azmi, Aishwarya and Irrfan Khan, and the story revolves around your character and you're going to play Shabana's daughter. That's it. I was convinced. I went and that was my first Hindi film. I'm like, just
do not even need the script now.
I'm like, I'm sharing screen space literally with the best, Irrfan Khan and Shabana Azmi. I mean, best of the actors in the industry, and I don't even have to think twice. I was like, I'm doing it. And I met the team, and that was my first Hindi film. Of course, I've done quite a bit after that, but that was amazing experience.
Yeah. What was the feeling of getting the first break in Bollywood?
You know, it's like 8-9 years ago. I think I was so young. When I was young, I used to never think, abhi na aisa kuch mere sath hua ki अरे तुमको शाहरुख खान के साथ काम करना. I will be like, oh my god. I think back then when you're young, you don't value things as much as you should.
Yes.
Age के साथ ना वो थोड़ा बढ़ता है. I think valuing things. तभी मेरे को Irrfan Khan and Shabana ma'am, I was like, yes, I have to do it. But वो feeling जो अभी अगर मुझे वो break मिलता तो I would have been like, oh wow, Shabana ma'am, ये. तो वो I think age के साथ ज़्यादा आता है. With the feeling of gratitude and gratification, that then I was excited. I was just curious, excited. I was young. I just wanted to work, and that's about it. I was just very excited.
Maybe not the kind of way you were brought up, but in India, all of us are brought up in a certain way कि हम लोग को एक टाइम पे तो लगता ही है कि टीवी करना है लाइफ में.
TV?
Yes. I mean,
like
cinema.
As an actor?
Yes, as an actor.
Or a cricket player?
Or a cricket player, actually.
That is like a national sport. That is a national dream of every boy.
Actor or cricket player?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I remember when I was a child, I used to go around my mom and I would be like कि हाँ मैं शाहरुख खान बनूंगा. And she was like कि इंडस्ट्री में टॉप पे पहुंचने के बाद शाहरुख खान ही आए, but the amount of struggle, the longevity of the struggle, तुम कभी मैच नहीं कर पाओगे.
You know, it's not a struggle. Would I like to change that? When people say कि struggle बहुत ज़्यादा है इस इंडस्ट्री में, it's not a struggle. It's a part of your work. It is a part of the process. Like जैसे आप अगर 9 to 5 जॉब कर रहे हो, आप सुबह उठ रहे हो, वो भी स्ट्रगल ही है ना. सुबह 7 बजे उठना पड़ता है, काम पे जाना पड़ता है, ट्रैफिक में अटके रहते हो 2-3 घंटे, फिर ऑफिस जाते हो. Technically, that's also struggle, but you don't see it that way because it's a part of your job. Office पहुंचने के लिए वो सब, you have to go through all of that. So same, I feel that waiting or auditions या फिर काम ना मिलना या फिर constantly कोशिश करना, it's not struggle as such. It's because when you get that opportunity, जब वो film या TV show या कुछ भी आप sign करते हो, you forget about all of that. Because what you get from that is so much bigger than the struggle. So that struggle automatically becomes a part of your journey. It's not really like, अरे मैं struggle कर रही हूँ या मैं struggle कर रहा हूँ इतने सालों से, नहीं, आप you're working towards a bigger goal. So it's a part of your journey.
And I also think that later on when you make it, you actually embrace all of that time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think one thing with actors especially is waiting game.
Definitely.
हमें
Patience.
जिंदगी भर वेट करना पड़ेगा, चाहे आप शाहरुख खान हो या कोई भी हो, आपको सेट पे वेट करना पड़ेगा अपने शॉट के लिए, एंड कभी कभी उसके लिए घंटों वेट करते हैं हम लोग, यू नो, इट्स क्वाइट स्ट्रेसफुल. सो इट्स अबाउट वेटिंग फॉर द राइट रोल, वेटिंग फॉर योर शॉट, वेटिंग फॉर द राइट फिल्म, व्हाटएवर इट इज, इट्स अ वेटिंग गेम फॉर अस, एंड यू कांट गिव अप. बेसिकली इफ यू रियली वांट समथिंग, आपको थोड़ा तो मतलब you have to tell yourself that this is, I have to stick to this.
Do you believe there's a luck factor in all of these things? Because staying at
Absolutely.
right place at right time.
100%.
is
I
what-
think luck makes a difference in every field of work. Being at the right place at the right time is really the key to everything.
Yeah.
But I feel luck के साथ साथ ना, आप hard, ऐसा नहीं आप घर पे बैठ के मैं luck का वेट करती रहूंगी
Obviously.
जिंदगी भर, कुछ नहीं हो. I have to also be at the right place at the right time. For that I need to get my ass up and be at the right place, you know. So even for that you need to make that effort. You have to get up and do your thing. You can't just be in the right place at the right time thinking about it. You have to make that effort. So कुछ भी हासिल करने के लिए you can't just leave it on luck. You have to make that extra effort. You have to make that little bit of hard work. Then of course if luck sees कि आप काम कर रहे हो, then it will also be like kind to you.
Do you consider yourself lucky? Because आपने खुद ही कहा कि आपने एक मजाक में किस का ऑडिशन दिया, एंड देन आपको बॉलीवुड का ऑफर भी बेस्ड ऑन किस के प्रोजेक्ट पे खुद ही आ
Yes,
गया,
yes.
राइट? सो डू यू थिंक luck has a role to play in your journey?
More than luck, I think it was kind of my destiny to be here. I don't think I'm the luckiest. मैं कुछ भी हाथ लगाऊंगी तो सोना, but I'm not that person. But I definitely believe that there's a journey in which I haven't planned. Like till date मुझे अभी भी नहीं पता मैं परसों क्या कर रही हूँ. Like I'm that person. But I let life happen to me. And चाहे अच्छी चीज़ हो, बुरी चीज़ हो, जो भी हो, it's happening to me. And I let it happen. I accept everything. And I just go with the journey of life. It's, if you plan everything, then उसमें मजा क्या है? You know, if you plan everything and everything is happening according to your plan in life, then
Where's the spontaneity?
where's the spontaneity? That's why I told you, you know, I love being spontaneous. May that be an interview, may that be any situation, you know, you take it as it comes. And
जैसे लाइफ खुद ही एक सरप्राइज आपको दे ही देती है.
दे ही देती है हमेशा, झटका या सरप्राइज या शॉक, कुछ ना कुछ तो मुझे मिलता ही रहता है, and I'm okay with it, you know, that's the fun about life.
So ma'am, what was it like working with Irrfan sir?
Oh my, actually didn't share, like we didn't work together in the same scene, but we were together on set quite a lot, काफी बार. And oh my god, what an energy, what an energy, what an actor. Like वो जब भी ऐसा लगता नहीं बाकी सब स्ट्रेस्ड लग रहे हैं सेट पे, इंक्लूडिंग शबाना मैम, मी, सब ऐसे स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ रहे हैं, he is just walking around. That vibe, I mean, and then he's in front of the camera and he just creates magic. So he was and is and always will be a gifted actor.
I feel when we're talking about legends like Irrfan sir or even Shahrukh sir, Amitabh sir, so what mostly happens is कि on sets they're in their element, and when they are in front of the camera they know कि अब मुझे क्या करना है.
Exactly.
उन्हें ना script writers की जरूरत है ना directors की. They just need to know the plot of the scene.
I mean, they're naturals. Like there's something about them. It's just they were born to do it. You know that, and they have that kind of comfort in front of the camera. There's so much, कितना कुछ सीखने को भी मिलता है from these people when you work with them, you know.
I want to ask कि celebrities अपने relationships को बहुत ही secretive रखते हैं.
अब नहीं रखते यार, पहले रखते थे.
बट जब तक वो पब्लिक नहीं करते उसके पहले तक तो बहुत सिक्रेटिव होती है.
जी.
ठीक है, आपने भी बहुत एक सटल तरीके से, इट वाज वेरी क्यूट जब आपने चीजें बताई बाहर.
Yeah. Yes.
आई वांट टू नो दैट टैटू स्टोरी.
The tattoo was actually done a while ago. Nobody knew about us for a very long time.
Yeah.
For almost 2.5 years. We hid it really well. Not really well, but we tried. I mean, because at the end of the day, क्या होता है ना कि आप जब काम करे, when you are a part of this industry and you want to be an actor or you are an actor, what happens is जब आप अपनी relationship पे ज़्यादा focus डालते हो या फिर आप Instagram पे social media पे ज़्यादा अपनी relationship के बारे में, what happens is people start focusing on that more than your work.
हाँ
वो मैंने देखा है होते हुए काफी लोगों के साथ, and we both didn't want that, and especially in the initial stages. If you're together for a while, then it's a different ball game, because you know it's more of like a serious thing and you're together for a while, साथ में काफी दिनों से, so you know how to tackle these things better. But when you initially just start dating, जहाँ आप एक दूसरे को भी उतनी अच्छी तरह से नहीं जानते हो, उस वक्त अगर लोगों को पता चल जाता है ना, I feel like वो थोड़ा tricky हो जाता है. So first you have to get to know the person and balance that, and then बाहर के लोगों के बहुत opinions होते हैं, suggestions होते हैं, ये होता है वो होता है, that affects you also mentally as a person in your relationship. So both of us were very clear कि हमें वो सब outsiders को involve करना ही नहीं है, till we are sure about each other and we know that this is what we want to work on, and this is not just, you know, we're getting to know each other, not that phase of life. So we were very mature, but we didn't want to be like कि चलो we met अभी और अभी कल बाहर जा रहे हैं, लोग spotting कर लेंगे, बात करने लगेंगे. We didn't want that. So we were very like sure and clear about how we wanted to go about it. Tattoo तो हमने actually काफी साल 2 साल पहले बनाए थे, the tattoo PB, because we both have the same initials.
Yes.
Which was actually not my idea. This is my first tattoo. I'm very scared of needles. So for me to think of a tattoo was totally out of the question. But I'm sure, as you know him, I'm sure you must have seen his
Yes.
pictures and his body, where he has a lot of sleeves, I mean a sleeve and a lot of tattoos. He loves it. So somehow he ended up convincing me that, come on, we should get one tattoo. And I'm like, okay. But I was like, मुझे कुछ design नहीं बनाना है, it's going to hurt a lot. And my pain threshold is very less, so मुझे करना ही नहीं था. But he said, what about the initials? And I was like, that's perfect, because we both have the same initials.
Who came up with, who figured out that you both have the same initials?
He figured out. I mean, of course, I didn't think of it. He thinks about all these details. He's more of a detail-oriented person than me. So these little things, he really is observant. मैं उतना ध्यान नहीं देती उस छोटी-छोटी चीजों पे. But he's the one who told me that we have the same initials. I was like, oh my God, we do. And then that's it. He was like, why don't we do PB? And I was like, that's great. And I wanted, when I saw his tattoos, मुझे भी थोड़ा लगा कि ऐसे चलो कर लेते हैं, you know. What's the worst that can happen? And then we did. Yeah.
Okay.
But we put the picture much later. Almost 1.5-2 साल के बाद हमने वो photo लगाई.
How's Prateik sir as a person?
We are
Because we
just
have
the
seen
same,
him
I feel.
in the theater also, in theater only. So I want to know how he is as a person.
As a person,
As a person.
I think we're very alike as people. We're both, I mean, you know, we've both had our phases in life जहाँ पे हम लोग बाहर गए हैं, party करनी थी, वो कर चुके हैं. And we're in that phase where now we are like, we want to focus on our work. We're very serious with what we do. We want to
Grow professionally.
grow professionally. And that's what is the aim for both of us. And that happens in your 30s, you know. 20s में थोड़ा होता है कि चलो system से निकाल लो बाहर, party ये वो. And that is great. I feel like that's the best way of doing it. Because honestly speaking, काफी ऐसे लोगों को मैंने, in fact most of the people इंडिया में जो मैंने देखा है, जबरदस्ती बचपन में शादी करवा देते हैं, early 20s में, वो सब रह जाता है अंदर. Or of course you're a human being, you need to get everything out of your system. And people get married, and then what happens in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s में midlife crisis हो जाती है सबको. अरे, and most of the people I see partying nowadays बाहर are in their 40s, and people who've been married and never got to do that before.
People try to be young.
Yeah, and for us now, we don't want to leave the house. मतलब अगर घर से हमें जबरदस्ती धक्का मार के नहीं निकालोगे ना, हमें घर से निकलना ही नहीं है. Like if there's an event, we have to show face. Then we have to go. Otherwise, it's work or like a very special event. वरना हमें घर से निकलना ही नहीं होता है, because we're out now. We want to just do what makes sense to us, you know, work, chill, spend time with family, and you know those major things in life. So that way we're very alike, both of us.
So when you guys came out with your relationship, made it public, इंडिया में एक बहुत कॉमन कल्चर है दैट जब भी दो पॉपुलर लोग अपनी relationship public करते हैं तो usually directors and filmmakers or the script writers try to milk it
Yeah.
in form of a movie or a web series.
Yeah.
तो आप लोगों के साथ भी कोई ऐसा incident हुआ है कि
Actually, recently we've had people. This music video. I mean, we don't want to do anything random. I think that's another thing. हम दोनों को बहुत ध्यान से देखना पड़ेगा कि हम ऐसा कुछ नहीं करें, which is really like something we don't want to do together. And that's something we're both clear about कि जब हम सामने आएंगे साथ में in front of the big screen, may that be a music video, may that be a film, may that be a show, whatever it is, it has to make a statement that wow, they came together and they looked great, they performed well and they conquered. I think that's the aim. So options तो है साथ में काम करने का, but कुछ भी नहीं करना है, you know, we want to do something that will really stay with people. So we're just being careful and picky.
But talking about relationship, what do you look upon in a person?
Me?
Yes.
Honesty for me. It's someone, not just honesty in life, about everything, about yourself, about your feelings, day-to-day honesty, everything. I think just the transparency is very important to me in a relationship. Like, आप जैसे हो मुझे वैसे ही दिखना है आपको. I don't want surprises or shocks in life. I like to just have that transparency.
what is the one
ऐसे
thing
लोगों की कमी है actually.
बहुत कमी है ऐसे लोगों की. बहुत कमी है ऐसे लोगों की. But luckily, knock on wood, we're pretty transparent with each other.
what is the one thing जो आप खुद में change करना चाहती हो for this relationship to be better?
Wow, that's a very interesting question. मुझे ऐसे questions आते नहीं हैं usually. What I would like to change, patience. I want to have more patience in life. As I said, I'm very spontaneous as a person. So मैं बातें भी बहुत फट कर देती हूँ. So that's what I want, you know. Think more, talk less. That's something I want to improve about myself to be better in this relationship. Yeah.
Okay.
What was the best character you have played according to you?
I don't think I've played it yet.
Okay.
I think the best character that I have to play is still out there.
Have you learned?
I've done great roles though, which I'm very happy. मैंने ऐसे कभी roles किए नहीं है जहाँ लड़की को damsel in distress दिखाया गया है on purpose. I do not want to play a girl who is victimized. कोई hero आके उसको बचाता है. Not my zone at all. So even I've played some really bold characters, and that's because I wanted to play them. I was like, I don't want to be that girl जो आती है frame में बहुत प्यारी सी दिखती है बैठी रहती है बंदा आके उसको बचाता है and you know takes the limelight. I rather be the banda. I'm telling you, I follow Shah Rukh Khan. I'm like, I'd
That
rather.
is what I was just about to say.
Yeah, I'd
You
rather
are
be
Shah
the
Rukh
banda,
Khan.
you know. So I'm very picky with that. The woman's role, whatever I'm playing, has to read. Even if it's 10 minutes on screen, it has to stand out. I cannot be a damsel in distress. It's just not something I support to play.
Have you taken anything from one of your characters, like learning or a lesson, something like that?
Not really, but I think in all the characters I've played, I've put a little bit of me in them. Even if it's I've done a show where they were like, you know, she's this go-getter, she's absolutely nuts, she's crazy. वो मतलब किसी के बारे में नहीं सोचती, उसको जो चाहिए वही करती है वो.
Are you talking about Bekabu?
Yes, but I was like, you know, I want to bring something that is there's some little bit of softness that I got to the character, which was a lot of me. So like, because what the ending was, she's just cutthroat, crazy person who wants to get a revenge. And I said, you know, at the end of the day, by the end of the show, I want people to love me. So I can't be what you've written. So last episode, I turned it around and said, you know what, let the audience see that I have a heart. There's a reason I did this. She's not some crazy stone cold person to do that. And so I feel like every character I've played, on her एक character में, a little bit of me I've tried to get in the character, whatever it is. May that be.
This is the part of craft actually.
Yeah. So either you learn from the character or you give the character something that you have, which will make it more attractive. I think that's what I've done so far. Yeah.
Having no background in Bollywood from your family and then coming from Canada to India, has it ever turned out to be a return gift in form of online hate? For example, because of being a Canadian, even Akshay sir was told a lot.
But Akshay sir was not. He was Indian. I mean, technically, he wasn't raised in Canada, right? वो मतलब उन्होंने immigration मतलब वो वहाँ पे citizenship के लिए apply किया था. He was a he had applied for it, I think, right?
And he recently gave up on the citizenship also.
तो वो तो अलग बात है. I think that is a very different scenario. वो इंडिया के ही है actually में. वो इंडिया से निकलने की कोशिश कर रहे थे क्योंकि उनको काम नहीं मिल रहा था. ऐसा कुछ हुआ था ना सीन. That's what I've read कि उनको काम, there was a phase in his life जब उनको काम नहीं मिल रहा था.
10 movies flopped थी उनकी शायद.
And he wanted to invest and move out of India. So that is a different scenario.
Akshay sir is a Punjabi after all, so he moved to Canada.
He's Ahuja, I think. Of course, all Punjabis go to Bhatia. So मेरे लिए तो वो बहुत ही अलग scenario. I'm not Indian at all. In the sense, I've not been raised in this country.
But I'm sure hateful DMs must be floating around in your
वो तो
Instagram.
किसी कुछ भी करो hateful DMs. आप सांस भी लोगे बैठ के, people will say something because people will always have to say stuff, especially on social media. I mean, that's a new thing. अभी हमने वो portal नहीं होता वो खोल दिया है. पहले वो connection नहीं था actors और लोगों के बीच. People never knew that what actors are up to unless वो page 3 के newspaper पे photos आते थे, ये party हुई वो party हुई, फिर लोगों को पता चलता था. अभी because of thanks to social media, it's become such a easy contact, like connect to the actors and the fans. Also, I think it's just become this small world with influencers, actors, ye wo, matlab sab, it's just like a big connectivity happening because of the social media. And I think that's why it's so easy to troll for people because they can reach us. पहले वो रीच नहीं थी लोगों के पास कि अरे कैसे मैसेज करेंगे. पहले के जमाने में राजेश खन्ना को आप कैसे मैसेज करके बोलोगे अरे आपने ऐसा कपड़ा पहना है.
Probably letters, but वो इतना
letters
effort
में
है
कौन पढ़ता है, वो कौन, वो लोग पढ़ते भी नहीं. Never reach the actors. And unfortunately, because that portal has opened up कि अभी directly कोई भी कुछ भी मैसेज भेज सकता है, they are misusing it, and that's life. You give people something and you give people a finger, they'll take the hand.
Do you get affected by this? Any of this?
Not really. I read very few of them. I won't say I don't read at all. अच्छे messages कभी भी मैं पढ़ लेती हूँ. And I really want to reply to people who I really think have genuinely appreciated my work or genuinely criticize it. अगर कोई मुझे सच में मैसेज भेज के बोलता है कि I really liked your part but I didn't like this and this about it,
constructive criticism,
I will love to reply and be like, thank you so much. I want to improve, and the audience is what makes you improve. We need the feedback, negative or positive. But when you troll somebody just because क्या पहना है, किसके साथ है, कैसे दिख रहे हो, कैसा size है, कैसी, that just, it breaks my heart because we're not here to take that from you guys, and that's not fair because ना मुझे पता है आप वहाँ पे किसी भी कंप्यूटर या फोन के पीछे बैठ के आप कुछ भी बोलोगे. I don't need to take that seriously unless it makes sense. So I don't read those usually.
Please have the fries.
Oh,
I
thanks.
hope you love
You guys
them.
have to, please.
Yeah, sure. We are here at Invincible in Bandra, and the fries and the food is amazing.
Invincible, right? Honestly, I've never heard of this place, but this is pretty cool. I love this place.
Definitely. Even the ambience and everything is really nice.
And this is very nice. Oh my god. Push. Must try that. It's too good.
Okay, so as we were talking, what is something that inspires you every day to get up and go on the set and do your best?
I just love it. I mean, I don't need that inspiration. Honestly, अगर मुझे उठ के किसी पार्टी में जाना हुआ या फिर कोई सोशलाइज करने जाना हुआ तो मुझे धक्का लगेगा. बहुत सारे लोगों को धक्का मारना पड़ेगा मुझे उठाने के लिए. But when I have to shoot or I'm doing something like that is related to my work, मुझे एक सेकंड में उठ जाती हूँ. I just love it. So I don't. It's like okay, काम पे जाना है. I have shoot tomorrow.
Are you the person that wakes up your manager कि चलो set पे जाने का time हो गया?
But I'm not the one who wakes up my manager, but manager also definitely does not wake me up because I don't need to, keep told that chalo kaam pe chalo. But any other reason I have to wake up other than work, then
this has been a very intimidating podcast for us.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Why?
Because we were very concerned with our questions regarding the industry.
No, but I mean, if you have any other questions to ask, just go for it.
No, we are clear with our mind.
Good?
But
before
we'll-
we started with the
Yeah.
podcast, we were a bit intimidated.
Okay,
But now we have our answers.
so now you're good. That's great. You guys don't need any more.
No,
Sorted
we'll
everything.
definitely have another podcast with you and with Prateik.
For sure, 100%.
तो कैसे लगे आज के कटाक्ष? उम्मीद है ये पॉडकास्ट आपको भी उतना इंटरेस्टिंग लगा होगा.
अगर इंटरेस्टिंग लगा तो लाइक करें, शेयर करें, सब्सक्राइब करें और कमेंट करें अपने कटाक्ष.
हमारे साथ कटाक्ष करना मत भूलना.